Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Small Potatoes Gaming. This is Neil, and today we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing sort of like a review or unboxing for this EVGA XR1. I actually got this over the holiday because it was on sale. But, I've already opened this box because it arrived today. But while I was opening it, I decided to do a video on this so other people like me would see the difference. So why I got this card is because if you've been following my channel or if this is your first time here, if you check out the older video that I've done on some of the Switch game like Azir Striker Gunvolt, you might notice that there's occasionally stuttering, and also sometimes you see that there's a line right in the middle of the screen. It was really odd when I did the editing, and there was no way for me to fix it. And I was already thinking of getting a new capture card. But what got me into getting this is actually when I actually tried out games like Breath of the Wild and other more actiony game, because what I'm using right now is actually this thing right here. It's one of those really cheap video capture card on Amazon. I got this for like 20 or $30 Canadian, and it served me quite well when I did the Donkey Kong video and also the other two Switch games. But I guess that it has its limit, and also I've watched other YouTubers' video. They said that if I'm having problem using this after a while, it's because it's probably overheating. So maybe I should try removing the case next time. But anyways, let's continue opening this box first. So what we have here is EVJ's first, I think it's the first video capture card. And I was actually thinking of getting it for a while, but it was just too expensive. It was like what, $220 USD plus tax, or 13% tax in Canada. That's like what, $30, and then custom and everything. That's probably gonna end up being like what, almost $300 USD, and then converted to Canadian, that's like $400. Let's say under $400, which is totally not worth it. But I got this at what, $119.99 plus tax plus custom and shipping. Well, the shipping is free, so only custom. So it ended up being around $200 Canadian, which is well worth. So anyways, let's continue opening this thing. So as you can see, I've opened this. I've actually reached cables before I put it back together for this video. And also, there was supposed to be this plastic sticker thingy on top of this button, but while I was switching out the light bulb to make this look brighter, my cat Pika came by and stole it. But anyways, the one on top of this is still there. You see that? So it comes with the capture card, obviously, and then there's this box and a menu. But I don't think that the menu tells you too much. So it comes with an HDMI cable, There's I think a 3.5 millimeter audio cable, and this is what I've opened. This I think it's power source or whatever that connects the capture card to the computer. It's like a cable that has a USB Type C connector on one side, and the other side it's a USB 3.0. I think it's a 3.0 with a 2.0. Not sure what this does, but I've actually checked out other people's video, and they were assuming that this is probably to give it more power. I'm not sure, but eventually we'll find out. So these are everything in the box. And before we show any gameplays or anything, I just want to go through some of the specs. So for the capture card, I just went straight to the EVGA website. So what we have here is that it says that there's a 4K 60 FPS pass-through and 1440p 120 FPS HDR advanced pass-through. So what I'm assuming is that it is not for recording. This is just for when you want to connect your source. Well, most likely, I think this is used for a console. So you connect the source straight to the TV for 4K or 1440p. And because I said that it's only for like straight to the display is because look at here, it says 1080p 60 frame per second video capture. So I would think that this thing can only encode up to 1080p, and it has these RGB thing which I don't really care too much about. So if you go lower down here, it tells you how to connect this thing. As you can see, the output to your TV or whatever goes here. Your mic goes here. Console party link here. I'm not sure how that works though. And then this is the USB Type C that goes to your computer, and this is the HDMI input for the source. And this is the knob that controls stuff. And so you can hook up like digital camera and stuff for I guess streaming, like just for the webcam. And a user that wants to do multiple cameras to the PC, and RGB light, built-in audio mixer. So I guess that we can control the volume, and is certified for OBS. I'm actually using Streamlab OBS to record this, and it's also plug and play. And RGB stuff. Okay, see right here. It says it's a Type C interface, HDMI 2.0 for the video input. Audio is HDMI. Video bypass HDMI up to 4K 60 frames per second. Resolution input up to 2160p. And then resolution pass-through. Advanced pass-through, no capture. See, there you go. So if you just want to do a no capture, just go through this. I don't know why you would do it, but I would think that because sometimes you don't want to record, and you would want to do a no capture and just play your game without breaking your setup, which I find is pretty reasonable. And then it says right here, this is the thing: encode resolution up to 1080p, 60 frame per second, which it's what I intend to use this for. But anyways, before we start to show some footage, what I'm using right now, like my PC spec, is a Ryzen 5 5600X, a Gigabyte Aorus B550 Pro AC for motherboard, and G-Skill Trident 3600 megahertz 32 gigabyte RAMs, 4 sticks. And then I'm also using GTX 1060 for a graphics card. And the hard drive is a Western Digital Blue M.2 SSD with a PCI Gen 3. So let's get into the tests. So, after a whole bunch of testing over the last few hours, it's pretty apparent which one's more superior. Um, I guess that the more you pay for, the more you get, right? Um, with this $20 video capture card that I got, it actually was pretty good for what I was doing, like short session playthrough of things like Azir Gunvolt or Curse of the Moon, because like 10 minute of video capture, it's no problem. But after maybe 15 minute of playtime, you'll see like delay, uh, a more apparent delay on the OBS screen, um, which is exactly why I use this thing. This thing actually splits off the HDMI signal to the TV and the other one to the computer for capture through this. I've tested multiple devices with this, so I don't think that there's anything wrong with this. It's most likely this capture card. So if you took a look at the footage, the most apparent one is probably the Smash Brother gameplay and the opening. The opening, I split them into two sessions because you need to hear the audio to see the difference. Um, the audio of this capture card is actually stuttering every a few seconds, whereas this EVGA XR1, it played the movie without problem. So when you look at the gameplay where there's four player fighting, that's more obvious of where the stutter is. It seems like it's dropping frames, or maybe it's just not recording at 60 frame. This thing I actually set it so it records at 60 frame. I got this because it captures at 60 frame per second. I had another one that only captures at 30. There's a difference between the two as well when I record the same gameplay with both of them. But this is far better than these two. Um, the Sine Mora submarine boss fight, it shows a little stuttering. You can only see the stuttering when you look at the bombs or the laser or the bullet that the ship shoots out. It's more obvious if you look at those. But I'm not sure if they're that apparent when you look at it through the side-by-side comparison, because it's not blown out on a 1080 monitor, right? But if you look at it closely, you should be able to look at see the difference. And the Legend of Zelda one, it both have some stuttering. That's because of where I was. That part of the game, that forest is actually pretty laggy and choppy sometimes. But the no name video capture card was stuttering a lot more. Overall, I think that it's actually a pretty good purchase. The only complaint I had was the build quality. Like not the actual build. It's actually pretty well built. The only problem is that the material can use some improvement. It just doesn't feel very premium when you hold it with your hand. It's really light. It just feels fragile. But overall, I think that if you can get it at a discount price, it's a pretty good purchase. If I have to give it a rating, I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. Uh, Other than that, no, I don't think that I have any more to say about it. If you want to see more gameplay footage of the two, uh, feel free to post in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do. It doesn't have to be Switch games. I can play some PS4 games or Xbox One, um, whichever you want to request. But if you like the content I've been creating so far, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And also remember that if you have any hints, tips, or suggestion on maybe games or streaming or things like that, because I'm pretty new at this, feel free to post in the comment section down below. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.